Aloha. Namaste. Let me see if I can see you. Hi guys, I'm going to show you the view. That's the name of this video that I'm making for you today. Full super blue moon tonight, August 19th, 2024. So that I've just hiked way up to the top of a private peak where I'm staying at the Yellow Submarine Ranch. That's Mount Laguna, the big one in the distance with the towers. That's towards the southeast, so the Mexican border is about 20 miles past that mountain. And then this way goes towards the Imperial Valley. This mountain here, that's the Pacific Crest Trail cutting across there. Yep, the bottom of the PCT's down here. This is Granite Mountain. The other night I tried to get you guys some video of this huge lightning storm that we had and thunder, and the wolves in the sanctuary down below were howling, but as soon as they saw me taking a video, they stopped, and they all stopped at once. It would have been so cool, the lightning and the wolves. And they've been howling every morning. So this is the view. That way is Borrego Springs, Palm Springs way off, Indio, Salton Sea. Over here where we were before, behind all that is the Imperial Valley. That way is towards Coachella. And over here we got over towards Palomar and Vulcan Mountain and the trail I came up. So years ago in the 70s, there was a fire here about 25 years ago. There's been a bunch actually. But this right here, these are teepee poles. There's two sets. They're still good because it's so dry here. And they used to have a real authentic teepee camp up here back in the 70s. And yeah, it's pretty darn cool. I'm surrounded by a bunch of big ranches up here. So I'm going to see if I can set you guys down and you can see me and we'll have a little talk, okay, about the view, which is a Buddhist term and a Taoist term, right? Okay, let's see. I'm not going to be able to see the screen. Oh, and by the way, remember, kindness matters, okay? I thought I'd fill you guys all in. Ooh, I got a bug in my ear. Okay, let's see. I'm going to walk back. You got to be able to hear me. So I think I'm in view. I have it on the high def camera, but it's the back camera. So hi everyone, Songbird Eye is we, here with you again. Love is you. Yes, I changed the name of the channel. And this video is for everyone, but for those of you who are my followers and subscribers, I know it's been a few months. You're probably wondering what's been going on with me. If you know about the accident, remember there are no accidents. Everything's for a reason. And I'll just start off by saying, yeah, it's been a challenge and it's been very difficult, especially when you get older, supposedly. You know, when I was younger, I had a spiritual practice. I started in Christian Science, and I had a lot of healings for me and other people and situations also. And, you know, physical healings, mental healings, emotional healings, financial healings, all of it. But I asked to go deeper. I didn't want to come back through the cycle of birth and death. I want to get off this cycle and continue through Shambhala, keep going. You know, don't even want to be in heavenly realms. I just complete, because I've already experienced the complete cessation and dissolution into unity. And once you experience that, careful, it'll ruin your mind. It'll for this world and will change your life. And it only ruins the wrong mind. It doesn't, nothing real ever gets changed. Nothing true can change. And so this accident that happened to me on Mother's Day weekend, just briefly, I was riding my mountain bike home from cutting lilacs to be sold at our flower stand at the farm where I work. It was the middle of the day, very skinny mountain roads. I was going real fast. I don't wear a helmet on a bicycle. I'm old school. And the bike was given to me. And I got run off the road, and it turns out I had about 20 breaks and 9 or 10 bones. I had 4 broken ribs in 3 places each, shattered my collarbone into many pieces. They had to put a rod and 9 screws in it. I broke the bottom of my scapula, your shoulder blade, right? And these are all just appearances, but this is what I went through. That's still broken in many pieces. And then I broke my hand and my thumb, old skater injuries redone. And I laid unconscious in the road for 20 minutes before someone found me. They life flighted me in a helicopter to the hospital. It was touch and go for a while, and I witnessed 2 people dying next to me on both sides of me in the room while I was in the emergency room, and I have vertigo from this situation, and it's been tough. Because I've been in the spiritual practice all along. I only spent overnight in the hospital. I didn't do pain pills, just the first couple days, got rid of them. Stuck with prayer. Only did the surgery because it was getting worse. And for some reason this time I wasn't like trying to physically heal myself as much as just not be negative, and it really put me in a very down mentally place. I really got down for a while, and that's because, as you guys know, I'm genuine with you, and I'm always spontaneous, and I've been going through a lot of challenges for 20 years. Part of that was because I was married, but I've never stopped with the path, and I've seen so many miracles and so many what they would call demonstrations. But you don't make demonstrations, you are the demonstration. So that's why I started out with the view, because when we rise, prayer is an attitude and an altitude, as Joel Goldsmith would say. And as you rise in awareness through consciousness, from the mind through consciousness into divine awareness, divine love, divine life, divine truth, they're all there, they're unchanging. And that's the view. And the view opens up. It becomes infinite and unobstructed and clear and lucid and vivacious. There is a vitality and an energy that is the water and the fire and the fire and the water. But you have to bring about a balance. And so I was really seeking to keep going to find that balance, which I had experienced before. But, you can't rest on yesterday's mana. You have to find new mana each day. So right now they're trying to tell me a bunch more challenges. They told me I have the worst hip they've ever seen with anyone my age, and I need a full hip replacement immediately, and I have the worst arthritis. How can I walk? They don't understand it. And I walk everywhere. I probably walked 100 miles in the last month at least. A lot of it just wearing flip-flops, what we call slippers in Hawaii. So, I've been dealing, like, walking with what's in my pocket or not even in my pocket for years, living by grace. And that's why I say you want someone genuine, you want someone sincere, you want someone warts and all who's going to show you, and you'll recognize it. And I'm not trying to be anyone's guru or anyone's master. The truest master is always the greatest student. And so, kindness matters. Part of our practice, spiritually, and it doesn't matter the tradition. You can study all the traditions. I have studied many. The golden rule is the essence of all of them, and we have to discover the essence of mind, the source, the substance, the law of beingness, of I-amingness, the equilibrium and the equipoise and the equanimity. I've been sharing a lot of just short, silly poems, and some of them might even sound like Dr. Seuss, which is a compliment to me if you say that. But it's because the simple rhymes draw you in, but there's some really, really deep spiritual, profound principles being explained and elucidated in a simple way. Because the truth is simple, it's just not easy, right? So, yeah, how we approach is important. We have to be self-honest and sincere, and I've told you this before. So, my friend says she has a selfie stick she'll let me borrow. That'll be nice. Let me just show you guys the view while I'm talking to you. So I don't want to make it too long, but yes, the recovery's been going well. I want to say thank you to everyone who supported me prayerfully, financially, my channel, physically. People sent me things. Thank you, everyone, really. The kindness of strangers, that's what it's about. I'm 100% alone in this world, and yet I'm not, right? No one is. Don't think that way. And it's a choice. I is we, the living sacred trinity, living free of free, because freedom is a concept. Do you get me yet? If I'm already free, what do I need to be free from? Being free and dumb, Americans. America, Eric, middle of that word. Is it arrogant men engaged ruining indigenous culture altogether, or absolutely? That's what it's been. How about a miracle extending real integrated conscious awareness? Ooh, that's what it could be. That's the I as we. Do you see? And I've said it before. Of course I repeat certain things because truth is true and principles are principles. And, I'm speaking to myself, right? Really. There's only one self, one mind, one awareness, one presence, one power, one activity, one law, one source, one substance. You can call it God, but don't get confused. It's our true self, our true identity, and yet it's impersonal, it's universal, it's unconditional, it's lucid, it's naked, it's pristine, it's abiding, it's intrinsic, it's spotless, it's unchanging. So let's look at this. Wow, this is hurting my arm. So it would seem this is physical therapy for me right now. I'm supposed to do that too. So, I just take it day by day. I could be 100% healed tomorrow, or there is no tomorrow. It's always now. You know what I mean? So I just stay in the moment, keep with the practice. I've discovered a wonderful text that's very rare. If you read the Mr. Cleary's version, it's called The Secret of the Golden Flower. It's a Taoist text, and it's really helped me integrate a lot of my practice. Buddhism and Taoism, the true Mahayana and Vajrayana are the same as the true Tao, and the true Christian mysticism, and the true mysticism of all, but it has to be practical. Okay, let's see if I can show you the Wolf Center. There's her brother's house right there next to it, that tower and stuff. That's the Wolf Center. We're right next to it, but we're above it right now. Over there, that's the valley that goes out towards Brawley, right? I showed you before. So guys, I don't want to make it too long, right? And I just thought that what I would do is bring some people up to speed. I'm going to make some new videos, okay? And yeah, I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm going to make some new videos to share what I've been experiencing. And one thing I wanted to warn people about, and this is very true, and all the masters teach this, no matter what the tradition is. Meditation is a really important practice. It's crucial in your self-realization, self-liberation, self-actualization. But there can be pitfalls. That's right. You can fall into pits, like you can fall into oblivion, thinking you're in shamatha, which is calm abiding, but it should be lucid, and it should be dynamic. It should be vital and not dead. You don't want to fall into your zombie mind. And there's lots of warnings. The Secret of the Golden Flower has some great warnings. So does Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhism. So does any of the mystical traditions. You need a master to initiate you, or you have to have the oral tradition that you either read or is passed to you in person. But you come upon certain states and stages of awareness and consciousness when you're going through your meditative practice, which I've been doing for, all my life was prayer, but I didn't start formally meditating until the early 90s, and then I've stuck with it and got out of the formal timed aspect of it, and kept certain simple tools and techniques, and then allow those to expand and clarify and focus. And so it is worthwhile. There are no shortcuts. Be really careful about all these people talking to you about energetics and levels of awareness and channeling masters and stuff, because I'm not saying there's not something there, but remember, the dream is the dream, and if you're trying to change things in the dream, you're not there. You're not in divine love. Like Mrs. Eddy said, Mary Baker Eddy, divine love always has met and always will meet every human need. And yet you see people wandering around, even in the churches, suffering and struggling. But if they stick with it, they'll get it, because it's an altitude and an attitude. And when we transcend, when we ascend above, like Yeshua did, right? And remember that Krishna, Buddha, Yeshua, the modern mystics, all of them, Yogananda, they're all true masters, and they're teaching, in their own way, but it's teaching the same truth. There's only one truth, and it's infinite, and there's only one number, infinite one. This is a truth. Remember, the truth can't be said, and it can't be thought. If you can name it or label it, it isn't such. But the suchness, the isness, the ammingness that I is, the I is we, is impersonal and universal and unconditioned. Its only condition is the infinite perfections of perfection. This is true. So, and this is you, and love is you. So it's really the true Trinity, life, truth, and love. So I'm facing it. I'm looking at, I'm staying with a friend right now. I don't own a car. My bicycle needs to be fixed. I walk everywhere. I'm dealing with the claim of old age and physical challenges and financial and emotional. You could have a nervous breakdown if you're not careful going through this. But I'm prepared and I'm ready, and I don't know so much about contracts before we come, but mine is with myself. Get off this wheel. And remember, no greater thing can a man do than to lay down his life, and this means woman too, for his brother, his sister. What does that mean? Yeah, you could push someone out of the way of a car and get run over. Sure, that's the physical way. But what it really means is, if I ascend up into heaven, I take all with me, as Yeshua said. This is your creation. You projected a holographic creation, a dream, an emptiness, a compounded, constructed, conceptualized, conceived world. It's not real. And it's like a dream or an echo or a rainbow or the moon in a lake. It's conditions that create the arising appearance. And ultimately, it's the same unity. It's life, truth, and love. And that's can't be risen above. That's the ultimate, the absolute ultimate. That's where you got to go. And it really is about being honest with ourselves, and that's not easy. So, we stick with it. We make mistakes. Forgiveness and repentance and confession, it's part of it, no matter what the tradition. Just not like the Catholic way so much. But, you can find it anywhere if you're sincere. And if you lay down your life in the true way, like I was saying, that would mean that you take this entire creation, this whole world, all sentient being that you are aware of, whether it be human, animal, vegetable, mineral, insect, microbial, macrobial, solar, galactic, cosmic, universal, interdimensional. It's all in bodhicitta, the absolute and the relative. The relative is what I just said. All those are included. The absolute is, it's only love. It's always love, right? And all are that love. And so you allow this to disappear. And as you allow it to disappear, you've given your life for the whole. You've allowed the one to be the soul of all. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me, and we'll see how this works out. If it works out good, I'm going to upload it for you, and I don't want to make it too long. It really is, a constant opportunity, a duty, and a privilege to discover your own divinity. That's not a body, that's not a person. Remember, you don't see it physically, you see the results. Okay? It's the infinite invisible. That's what I am is. But we can allow it to extend through our awareness, from awareness through consciousness in the mind and the body and the voice, into this realm, so as to ascend to clarity. No more objects and subjects, no more constructions or obstructions, no more compounds, just the suchness. Okay, guys? Well, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your love and support. Please feel free to share if you like this. Give me a thumbs up. You want to comment, you got questions, you know what to do. I'm with you. We got this. Wow, how incredible is the view? Remember, that view is you.